What's up, gaming heroes, and welcome back to another awesome World of Warcraft video. In today's video, we're back with Erosium for episode 19. I can't believe we are already there. This is the very first episode and video with the brand new camera, the brand new background. Everything is all over the place and different, and I'm really hoping that the quality is that much better. I hope that you enjoy this episode and we have a blast today. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Okie dokie, so last episode we managed to take on the Bastion, and now we are heading over to Ardenweald, so let's get into it. In terms of gold making, not much has changed from last episode to this episode. We sold like a few transmogs on the auction house, which are just crafted transmog, made like 8,000 gold, nothing of particular craziness, so there's really no need to get into that. I'm sorry to tell you this, I'm just going to be brutally honest. Gold making is not what it used to be, and it is completely different to what it used to be. So to try and continue to flip every single episode and have huge amounts of gold coming into the mailbox, it's just ridiculous. There's no way it's going to happen because of the simple fact that flipping isn't what it used to be. Now, if I was doing server transfers and I was flipping server to server to server to server, flipping flip, and I was, buying low on one server, selling high on another server, that'd be a bit different. But I'm not doing that at the end of the day. I'm not doing that at all. So we can't really show tons of gold making because at the end of the day, it's just restocking, blacksmithing, sticking it on the auction house. The auction house has changed. You can't flip materials anymore. So it's a very different type of auction house. And until I develop a refined method of making gold, there's no point just spending every episode at the auction house looking at things I'm not going to be buying. I just don't think it's going to be entertaining enough content for you. So we are going to focus more so on the leveling aspect, and then as and when I find some really good gold making methods, I'm going to share them here as well. Okay, so with leveling Erosium, I'm going to be very much just following this route here. Picking up any treasures I can, because it's going to be the quickest way to actually complete the Ardenweald campaign. So that's what the goal is here. Let's just grab every quest we can. There's no point flying all over the place and grabbing every single quest. That's just going to be pointless. So instead, what we're going to do is just go straight to where this world quest is here and get the actual quests done there. That will save us a lot of time. I guess actually getting the quest from over here would be a good idea, because it's going to send us here anyway. So let's go pick up Bloomin' Villains and then go from there. That's probably a good shout, actually. Also, we need to apply our poisons and our sharpening stones as well. That would be a good shout. I am really disappointed with the gold making since the auction house merge. It's definitely not as fun as it used to be. And so I've made a lot of gold, actually. I've made like 2 million gold since the auction house merge. So I've actually done really well. But that being said, because everyone knows crafting is really the only way to make gold now, everyone's doing crafting. And so it just kind of feels a little bit like the profit margins on crafting is really rapidly on Silver Moon going so low that even crafting's not going to be worth it soon. And so it's figuring out, well, what is going to be worth it? What's actually going to be worth, farming or making gold from? Because I'm not going to lie, farming's okay. But I don't particularly love farming. I don't particularly love it. It's just been something I've done over time, I prefer to make gold by flipping stuff. And it's very hard to make gold flipping stuff if everything's really, really cheap. So, yeah. That's the situation I'm in at the moment, trying to figure out what type of gold making we want to do in the future. There's obviously shuffles, and there's, we could sell that stuff to like vendors, and we do disenchanting and stuff like that. But it's just not the same. It doesn't feel the same. You know what I mean? What type of gold making methods are you guys using at the moment? I've been doing a bit of tillers, and I've been doing a bit of garrison gold making. Because they're always guaranteed, There's no way that those can ever become bad gold making methods. So that's what I've been mostly focusing on as a result. Because, you know, guaranteed gold is guaranteed gold at the end of the day. We're not messing about with the guaranteed. Unless they get rid of the inscription for Warlords of Draenor, and in which case they can definitely ruin it. Okay, we managed to get all the cocoons. Wonderful. Okay, so now let's take out these defenders. You think you can defend against me? I'll have you know that I'm the gingerbread mechanome. Dude, I don't know why I always forget to use my blades talent, my Necrolord talent. But I always do, every single time, dude. I have got no reason why. It's a really good talent. I think it's because I'm using so many other talents, you know? Wow, everything died in seconds. The rogue feels so strong, dude. It's quite scary. So yeah, I think that the biggest problem with gold making that I can personally see is all of the alternates to like flipping materials are basically being exploited by people who are, you know, moving server to server, buying low and selling high. So at the moment, I kind of feel like it's completely redundant, even trying to make gold from flipping. Like, it doesn't matter what type of flipping, any type of flipping. Because what's happening is people are literally buying low on one realm. So they buy like 20 mounts on one realm and then like 100 transmogs really cheap and stuff like that on a really low pop realm where they get no sales, so they stick everything on cheap, right? And then they come to like a more high pop realm, which has a really good auction house in terms of like value, and they stick everything up at a redonkulously low value, but still really profitable for them because they bought it so cheap. And so the people on that server can't make any gold because of the simple fact that, well, they can make gold, but the simple fact is they have to sell at the price that the flipper has set, and so therefore the gold that they make is so much lower than it would be on another realm. So it's really quite frustrating. It puts me off like doing things like buying rare transmog, or it puts me off from buying, you know, mounts and things of this nature, because I know that, yeah, I might control the auction house one day and there could be only one, like literally one mount listed, but the very next day there could be a flipper that arrives on the realm and just decides to sell like his mounts at a quarter of my price, and immediately my flip has gone down the drain and it's worth absolutely nothing. So it's one of those really, really difficult situations of, is it even worth trying? Because realistically, I've had it happen to me many times now where I've bought an Island Expedition transmog, you know, a really rare one, like a really, really rare one, for like a banging price. I bought a really good Island Expedition transmog for a really good price. There's been none of others listed. I've kept an eye on the auction house for like a couple weeks. None of us have been listed. So I buy it and then I list it, and literally within 12 hours there's like 6 on there by the same person, and I check on their the armory and they literally have just come from another realm. And I'm just like, are you for real, man? Are you for real? It's just, it gets frustrating to me. So there's no real way to flip, really, if you're on my realm. So that's the problem I'm facing. Now, I am making a little bit of gold with crafting, but it's certainly not as much as I wish it would. Crafting is making a little bit of gold. Some transmogs, some rarer transmogs. I do think you have to be kind of smart about your posting time. I think you have to be really smart about when you're deciding to post, because that changes the amount you earn so gosh darn much. I cannot believe how much it changed how much I earn. Like, if you post first thing in the morning, you're probably not going to sell a thing. But if you post just before bed, you're going to likely sell something. It's quite crazy. So I actually post twice a day. I post first thing in the morning, even though I don't really sell much. And then in the evening, I post. And usually I get quite a few sales in the evening, which is quite interesting when you think about... Oh, no, Primrose. No, Primrose. Beautiful. All right. Primrose is down and out of here. Fairy treasure trove. Okay, let's grab that fairy treasure trove. Where are you troving, Mrs. Treasure? So recently I've been getting into, you know, growing vegetables. Been researching loads about it. I've always like enjoyed gardening, but recently I've just been really getting into like watching the videos and understanding, you know, the best vegetables to grow, why they're good, the difference between perennials, and things like why your nitrogen levels in the soil really matter, why you should have this in the soil over that, all that type of like interesting stuff. And the reason I've been getting so into it, I realize, is because of how much the bills have been going up. I feel kind of like out of control, almost like you have no control over what is happening in the world today with, you know, for anyone that doesn't understand, I live in the UK, and since the war with the UK and Russia, not the UK, what am I about? Since the war with Ukraine and Russia, the price of like bills and gas in the UK have gone up to 215%. And we only ever took 4% gas from Russia. So our bills have gone up by like a ridiculous amount, like a scary amount. And there's been like no explanation as to why. Like they've just said like, oh, they've gone up because of that war. And it's gone up by like way higher numbers than any other country in the entire like world. It's gone up by like marginally huge amounts. So like Germany, they put their prices up by like 25% or something like that. So it's like, why on earth are ours going up so much? Anyway, so that's led me and many other people to feel like a little bit out of control. So I'm basically trying to get a little bit more control in case that things keep going up and keep going up and keep going up to the point that it's just not sustainable to like live anymore, you know, through usual means. So, you know, I'm looking into ways that I can potentially grow in my own garden, like, you know, food stuff and things of that nature. How can we conserve and reduce the amount of electricity that we use? That type of stuff. Now, obviously, I work, and the webcam and stuff, I have to have like lighting on in order for you guys to see me. But outside of that, I try my best to keep all lights off, just based off the simple fact that the bills are costing so much. Like, let's give you an example, right? A shower in the UK now. Oh, my game just closed. What the hell just happened? A shower in the UK right now, a 10-minute shower costs £2.50, which in dollars, £2.50 is like $4. Let's have a look. $2.50 in dollar. Yeah, it's like nearly $4, which is ridiculous and crazy when you think about that. That's scary. That is absolutely scary when you think on that. Makes you wonder. It makes you really wonder, doesn't it? So I've basically decided that the majority of the time when I need a shower, I'm just going to shower when I'm at the gym. I'm not even going to try and like just shower at home. I'm going to save it all for the gym. I've seen a few memes about that, but I'm like, dude, this is actually a good idea. Like, legitimately, if you're paying for a gym membership, use it. Like, use the membership. Like, not even if you just go and work out, just like, go shower, bro. Go shower. My gym's got a sauna, so I'll probably make use of that as well. So it's quite scary when you think about all these changes that are happening to, like, you know, the world and everything. And what type of world this is creating for, say, our children in the future. You know, with the prices being what they are right now, who's to say where that is going in the future for, like, you know, when we have children, like, and they become adults as well? Are they going to be living in a world that is just not sustainable to actually, like, you know, move out and say, like, at 20 to 25 years old? Are they instead going to have to move out like 30 to 40 years old because of the simple fact that, you know, it costs too much to live on your own? Is that what's going to potentially happen? It makes me curious what is going to happen to the world if it's just not sustainable to live in your own place. Like, even the price of like rents where, you know, we live has gone up by hundreds. It's gone up by £200 every year, which is ridiculous. So that's like the same almost price as the amount that they would earn at a full-time job. So like, how are they even affording to live outside of that? It's very scary. Do any of you guys ever get these worries in your head about this stuff? I know there's only so much you can worry about it, but it is actually quite a serious matter. And how is it going like other countries? Like, say, I don't know where you guys are from. Please, by all means, write in the chat. Oh, I'm from, you know, the US, this state, and this is what's happening here and stuff like that. Let's get a little cheeky open dialogue, and let's talk a little bit about it, because the world is going crazy right now and things are happening, and it's good to know what's going on in other countries, I think. As of the time of recording this video, unfortunately, the Queen of England passed away this afternoon, and it was a very sad time. There has been like a lot of news about it. There's been people discussing it, and just generally, there was a speech done by Piers Morgan. It was actually a really good speech, and just generally he mourned for the loss of the Queen, and I think that was a really good speech in that regard. And I do think that the country on a whole does mourn, and because, like, you know, the Queen did always feel like invincible, and always did feel like she was always going to live forever, you know. So it is a shame to lose her. So now we have, I think, King Charles III, I do believe he is King Charles III. So we'll be very interested to see if anything, like, you know, major changes. Obviously there's going to be things change. Like, someone's already said to me the national anthem is going to change, which is quite interesting. I was like, what? Why is the national anthem going to change? It's like, well, because, you know, the national anthem is all about the Queen, she, her. And I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, you're completely right. It's all going to change to like the king, he, him, everything like that. And then you've got, for example, like police uniforms as well. Someone sort of told me that police uniforms are going to change because of the simple fact that the badge is the Queen's crown, not a king's crown. And so that might change as well. And it's like, oh, blooming heck. Like, a lot of, like, stuff we have in general public without even realizing is actually all about the Queen. And with the change of a king, it's going to be a very different type of, like, aesthetic, isn't it? Gosh, this place this place reminds me of the exploits area, because I've seen so many exploits in this zone. It's quite scary. Like, the amount of exploits I've seen in this zone is unreal. So there used to be an exploit in the zone where you could basically get like 100 like soldiers, and you could just kill any horde or alliance in this zone. So I'll show you an example. Sorry, hiccups. I'll show you an example. So you see this little guy here. You'd effectively just keep opening these cages over and over again, and you could get like hundreds and hundreds of them, and then you'd start a fight with a horde, and these would actually just go and kill the enemy for you. It was like a really funny exploit for a long time. And so, like, you could get into epic PvP brawls with like multiple armies of like people who had like loads of these caged like warriors fighting for them. It's quite epic, but it used to bug out the game and, you know, make it lag for people, which is why people had such problems with lag in this area. Still, it's quite funny when you think about, like, The unintended consequence of it. Okay, to the next bonus objective. Let's go. What level are we? 54 already. Oh my goodness, dude. That is so quick. And you know what? We could actually go around the world and do some world quests as well. There's quite a lot of world quests going on. Yeah, there's loads of world quests going on, actually. Could do some of those world quests as well and make a little bit of profit from that. Well, we got Tranquil Pools, and then we got a couple quests. Let's have a little look. See, I think this Tranquil Pools quest is quite, not even a quest, like world objective is all inclusive. I don't think there's any quests for it as well. Not yet, so I think we're probably best just to hammer that out real quick. Get that done. Oh my gosh, this follower's stayed with me. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Do you know what I've been wanting to try out recently is a subtlety rogue. I really wanted to try that out. And you know what else? I've been actually wanting to try out a warrior. I've been wanting to try out a warrior, an arms warrior. And I haven't done... Basically, I have been leveling... I changed one of my fury warriors to arms. And I started leveling him from level 50 to 60. And I have been having so much fun. I honestly can't get over how much fun it's been. It's been quite crazy when I think about how enjoyable it's been. It's a completely different experience leveling up as arms as it is as fury. Because, you know, for fury, it's very fast, you're running around all over the place, you're killing multiple mobs at the same time. As arms, you've got one weapon and you just smash and bash and bash and smash. And that's all you do over and over again. And it is such an awesome feeling. You hit such huge numbers. Like as fury, you're hitting like constantly, like you know, hundreds of times. Boom, 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 boom. Smash, 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 smash. But as arms, you're like, smash. And you hit them for like 20k. Dude, I'm level 55 and I hit them for like 25k today. I hit a crit for, and I was like, what? How am I critting this much at this lower level? And it was just like absurd to me. So that's why I've been really like starting to enjoy it, because of those crazy numbers, how awesome it feels just to hit a huge number. And I'm just like, yeah, easy work, you know? Oh, my dear, my dear, my dear. Okay, we finished that. We got some shoulder guards, but I believe we got heirloom shoulders, so we're all okay for that. Next. Oh, we should probably pick up the quests here. If I can somehow get in. Blurmin' heck. Where on earth am I? Do I need to go in to get these quests? I don't think I do.
What do you need?
Find Patrick. Okay, I will find Patrick. I am the best at finding Patrick. No one in these lands have ever been as good at finding Patrick as me. Okay? I am the king of finding Patrick. Oh, I like this quest. This is a good little quest line here. So this is all about... So the crazy thing is, a lot of people don't even know this, right? Is... the Night Fae are actually pretty evil. A lot of people don't even realize that the Night Fae are actually quite evil. Everyone thinks that because, you know, they're one with nature and all this shenanigans, that they're really, like, good and nice people. The Night Fae are completely evil, dude. And a lot of people don't even realize this. They're actually evil because of the simple fact that they kill off every intelligent species which they can't farm. Like, how insane is that when you think of that? They kill off every intelligent species that they can't farm. So these gormlings, for example, anytime that they get like not a queen, but a mother who is intelligent enough, they kill it off because of the simple fact that it presents a danger and it consumes too much anima, which is the only way that they can survive and grow stronger. So the Night Fae are actually pretty gosh darn evil. They they keep a species stupid or like primitive so that they can continue to farm it. It's like, damn, dude, that's actually pretty dark. A lot of people don't even realize it. They have no idea that it's actually, wow, that's quite nasty. I can't believe they do that. You know, when I realized it for the first time, I was like, what? That can't be true. Are they really doing this? And damn, dude, they were. But when you look at someone like the Maldraxxus, for example, right? The Maldraxxus look blatantly, terribly evil. You go and watch them, and they just talk about slime all the time. That's pretty much it. That's all they ever want to talk about is bloody slime. And you're like, you're not that evil. You just really like slime, don't you? You know? It's like, oh my gosh, yes, you like a little bit of raising people from the dead, and you like your slime. All right, we get it. You know, but you're not culling an entire species intelligence so that you could farm their young. That's a whole different kettle of fish, dude. That's a whole different kettle of fish. So I've started watching House of Dragon recently. I'm not going to spoil it, but I will say that episode 1, halfway through episode 1, it did make my stomach hurt a little bit. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I can't watch this. This is so... Damn, dude, this is horrible. And it made me feel really sorry for, you know, women of like royalty and stuff back in the day. That it made me feel really, really sorry for them. It's such a difficult situation. But I don't want to ruin it too much. But it's an interesting one. Search for Master Shalor. Okay, Master, we are on the way. Done. Look at that Gormgris. It's the best Gormgris you've ever damn seen. Guys, it's the best Gormgris in all of the lands, okay? I'll have you know that I worked hard to get this Gormgris. Oh dear. So I've been really wanting to recently build some... So I've always, like as I said to you earlier, I've always really enjoyed, you know, gardening in some way, shape or form. But recently I'm getting a bit more serious about it. And I've been wanting to learn how to do some bricklaying so that I could build myself a raised garden bed. I need to like do a practice run because, you know, when I eventually move, I want to like build it really nice, but it's going to be impossible for me to build it really nice if I've never practiced before. So I want to have a practice run of it where I'm living right now. And I'm just dead nervous, I guess. It doesn't cost much. Like a few bags of cement now. It's really cheap. The cement's so cheap, you know. But at the same time, I am nervous about it. I am. It's natural, I think, to be nervous about it. I watched a few people make it, and they were actually really clever how they did it. They, you know, they did things like building like sinkholes so that, you know, the water could escape and things of that nature. It's very clever, really. Stun it, boom, and kill it. Yes, Gormgris. Gormgris, baby. Let's go. So I think I mentioned to you last episode that I've had a spout of depression recently, but I think it's starting to pass because I'm recording right now, right? I'm recording right now, and I'm actually starting to feel a little bit happier. I've still got a certain level of like, I don't want to say doom and gloom. I've definitely got a certain level of sadness within that I can't put my finger on as to why. But I'm just kind of like getting through it and trying to move forward in a productive way. Because I fully recognize that I can't be sad for the rest of my life. I just can't be. You know? It just can't happen. But I have to remain healthy and work towards something, so that's what I'm doing. It does feel a little bit stressful sometimes when I don't know. It's when I feel like I need to be happy, you know? I feel like I need to be happy because I want to make my audience happy. That's my goal in these videos, is to provide useful information in an entertaining way that leaves you guys feeling both happy and filled with some level of enthusiasm. That's what I enjoy. That's what my channel is all about, right? So it absolutely terribly upsets me when I'm not feeling as I should be, you know? I'm sure you guys understand what I mean with that. We've all been put in those situations in the past, you know, where we've been told we have to feel a certain way, and you don't want to feel that way, but you know, you've been told you need to feel that way, so you do it anyway. It's an annoying thing. I get it. Let's hand these quests in. Boom, bang, ping. We just hit level 55, by the way. Wow, 5 levels to go, baby. 5 levels to go. We've actually been blasting through this, dude. It's quite awesome how fast we've been actually leveling here. It's pretty fun. Does this daze? I think this dazes him. Boom, yeah, it does. It interrupts him and dazes him. That's pretty cool. I like that. So let's actually let's do that again in a minute. Brilliant. They should all die pretty quickly, to be fair. And they're all done and dusted. Easy peasy, double lemon and extra squeezy. Come here. Boom. Guardian Kota. Report back to Droman. Okay, back to Droman we go. And these 2 quests in. Dude, how have we already got a quarter of a level? That's insane. It's... Oh, you really gonna start a fight with me, Sonny Jim? It's actually quite funny. I've been testing out recently the Tiller's farm on level 30 characters just to see how much experience you get. Dude, each day of daily quests, you get like 1.5 levels from those daily quests. It's scary the amount of experience you get. It's quite ridiculous. And you're actually making gold at the same time. So as far as I'm aware, I've been able to figure out that it is the most efficient way to make gold and level from level 30 to 50, which is quite interesting when you think about that. You wouldn't think that it would be the best way to like level and make gold if you're doing it in a passive sense. Like obviously if you're just trying to speed level and be like go 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 fast as possible, it's a little bit different, you know, but we're not trying to do that, so it doesn't matter. Oh, I think there's a few quests here. I do remember this is like the mask area, isn't it? Yeah, mysterious masks. There you go. Couple quests here. Easy peasy. Let's get these quests done. Oh, did we miss a bonus objective? Oh, great. We'll get to do that in a minute. Fantastic. Right, where's the quest? There's a little quest here in the find the missing journal pages. Okay, can do. Right, let's kill you real quick. Thank you very much, good sir. Goodbye. Wonderful. So my partner is actually planning to take me to Portugal for my birthday, which I'm really, really excited about. I'm hoping that I can go visit my grandma before we do that, though, because you know I'm nearly 30 years old, and I think it'd be really nice to go visit her. So I'm really excited to go do that. Very excited to go do that. I like to every few months or so. I like to take my grandma out for a little meal, treat her good, you know. Treat her good. You gotta do that, man. You gotta do that. Today I did a video about the Dragonflight talent trees, and you know how the talent trees in Dragonflight do actually worry me a bit because they're too complicated. And it's not like necessarily that they're too complicated, it's more like they're too complicated when you're just thrown into it. It's a very, you know, it's almost too much information at once. someone in the comments section used a really great analogy of it would be like turning up to a job working at a fast food restaurant, like McDonald's, for example, and then being promoted to CEO on your very first day. It would just be too much too soon. Too much work and too much responsibility and too much information all at once. Too much, creating like an overwhelming, horrible feeling that you're just not good enough because you don't know what is going on. And then my suggestion in the video was actually to create almost a cookie cutter, basic, general spec. So, for example, Blizzard could leave it blank for everyone, but if you wanted to, if you say you were new to the game and you had tutorial mode on, it would point to like the bottom left section, which is like a drop down box, which there is a drop down box where you'll be in the future, you'll be able to like import other people's specs into your talent tree to save you like a ton of time. There should be like a drop down menu where it's got like general specs. Say I'm playing as a warrior, fury warrior, and I don't know what talents to choose. You would just click the drop down menu and say select general fury talents, and then it would select a general fury talent, and you'd have that if you didn't want to, you know, waste your time looking through all the talents and having to look online and things like that. Then you could just click that, and it makes complete sense. You know, for those people who only have one character, it doesn't seem like a big deal to sort out some talents. But for those people who have like 50 characters, dude, sorting out your talent is an absolute blagging. You just want to play with whatever talents you're given. That's it. You're ready to roll, baby. Let's go. Like, that simple, you know? So, yeah, it's an interesting one, I think. Now, I do believe we need to go in here. That's it. In here. There we go. Give me that page. Lovely jubbly. We got it all. Ah, we got everything. Wonderful. Get me out of this bloomin' cage. Here we go.
Where do we strike?
Mysterious mask. There you go. Lovely. Give me that. Cult personality. Yes, please. Ha 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 ha. Dude, we got so much there. Crumbling village. Let's have a look at this crumbling village. How are we nearly like level 56 already, dude? We are blasting here.
The hunt must go on.
Is that Patrick? It is Patrick. Hello, Patrick. I told you we'd find you. I said I was the king of finding Patricks earlier. So, therefore, I am still king. That was not the button I pressed, but it is the button that was pressed, and therefore, it is the button that will take place. Dude, Arrow, please can you start remembering to use serrated blades? Because I tell you what, man, it's getting real annoying seeing that, like, never being used. I'm just so used to not using that ability. It's ridiculous. I've actually thought for a long time now that warriors should have an ability that's like charge but pulls the enemy to them. And the reason I say that warriors should have this ability is it's just like death grip, right? But you use a spear. Like, instead of giving them like guns and bows and things like that, because like, for anyone that doesn't know, warriors can use guns and bows if they want to pull a ranged mob. But what they should do instead, right? What they should do instead is they should in fact give them a ability called, I know, harpoon. And the harpoon should literally just throw a harpoon at the enemy and just pull them over. And that would be such a cool ability. I know the hunters have an ability where, you know, they harpoon the target and it pulls them to the target. But it would make so much more sense if a warrior could just like throw a harpoon and then pull the target back to them and, like, I don't know, do some bleed damage. That would be such a cool ability, and it would massively increase the likelihood of like warriors being like brought to raids and things like that. Because like, let's take Sanctum of Domination, right? Sanctum of Domination, you want a Death Knight purely and simply because you can pull all of the mobs together on several bosses. That makes it so much easier to do. If you had like a warrior that could do like Harpoon and stuff, dude, that would add such a nice new level to the warrior and make it so much more fun to play. We never seem to have warriors in our raid groups for some reason, which is why I've been recently considering like playing them. Is like the idea of playing one sounds really like fun, you know?
Strike true.
Okay, with those quests complete, let's go hand in these. Dude, we've nearly completed supporting the core already. This is ridiculous how fast it's moving. Oh, before we go, let's actually... are we going to get sent up here? We might get sent up here, actually. So yeah, let's hand these quests in, because if we get sent back up here, it's going to be so annoying. Okay, so we're at 90%. I can't see us having any more quests here, so let's go complete this the waning grove, and then we've also got this spriggan-sized weaponry over here, which we should probably look into as well. See, there's so much here. There's even forest refugees. Dude, we've nearly completed the Ardenweald already, which is crazy. So we only got like one more area to complete before we've completed Shadlands. Now, Revendreth is that area that's absolutely lewd. Like, it still confuses me to this day how you get so much experience from Revendreth. It's quite scary the amount of experience you get from Revendreth. Dude, have I nearly completed this quest already? Dude, you get so much from killing stuff here. What the hell? I just killed 2 mobs and got 34%. How much do we get for killing this guy? 34 to 42, 8%. Wow. Oh, dude, that's crazy. Let's pull a few of these. Let's pull a few. Alright, we're going to need to pull out all the stops here because I've pulled too many. There you go. There you go. That's more like it. That's more like it. Okay, let's get a stun on here. Oh, I can't stun. He's unstunnable. Okay, let's get a Necrolord shield ability on. Excellent. Let's get Slice and Dice up. Heal's nearly off cooldown. Let's get Surrogated Bone on there. Heal's on. Let's reduce my AoE damage intake. Boom. Lovely jubbly. Dodge that. Yeah, we're smashing this guy. This guy doesn't even know what hit him. Lovely jubbly. Wow. And we just completed the quest just like that. Can you believe that was so cool? And we got 7%. 7% towards completing the Night Fae from that easy quest. That is ridiculous. If I just hand this quest in here, and then that quest, I think I've completed the Night Fae. That can't be right. Tell me that is not right. Ooh, there's an Animacones quest. I absolutely love this quest. It's so much fun. You literally are a moth, and your only job is to find Animacones, and that's all you have to do. You're pretty much unkillable, and you just find Animacones, and you collect them. That's it. That's what I noticed about, Shadlands versus Dragonflight, right? Is in Dragonflight, you feel like you're involved in the quests, whereas in Shadlands, everything just feels like you're just a cog in the wheel performing tasks for no real reason. And it was really confusing to me the first time I played Dragonflight. It was just, I felt immediately compelled and drawn into the story, and when a character died, I was like, oh my gosh, this is real, dude. This is like really like, this is a really involved storyline. I didn't expect to like feel sad that a character died, and that was, to me, was like, wow, okay, this game is actually really awesome. And straight away, I was really excited about it when that happened, because that's quite an awesome feeling to be pulled into a storyline so quickly. Oh gosh, okay, let's can I sleep these guys and then escape and then mount up, boom, and up. Look at that. Ah, let me out of here. Let's go hand this in. We have completed aiding the Night Fae, or aiding the court. Wowzers, dude. I can't believe how quick that was. We did that in like 40 minutes-ish. Dude, that's crazy. That's crazy. So I think we're going to hit like nearly level 56 as well. And by next episode, I'll definitely be level 56. I'll just finish up some of these quests up here, and then we'll go to Revendreth. So next episode, all we will be doing is smashing out Revendreth. It's going to be so much fun. I cannot bloomin' wait. So let's go right now to Oribos and get the Revendreth quest, because that will start us off really nicely. Now, Revendreth is going to be jam-packed, and we are going to need to spend probably a good hour and a half in Revendreth, because there's so many quests to do there. But it will easily get us, like, what, 3 levels? Yeah, we're going to need to get, like, 3.5-ish levels from Revendreth, because we're about to hit level 56. And probably by next episode, I'll probably be, like, 56.5, due to just finishing off those Ardenweald quests. I don't want to put you through the misery and pain of watching every single quest in Ardenweald, but I do like to show you and talk to you guys about, you know, the vast majority. We're level 71 renown already? This is insane. That's ludicrous, dude. Wow, Revendreth, you are next. Okay, cool. So next episode, we will head into Revendreth, and it will be absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for watching today's episode, which was episode 19 of Erosium Plays World of Warcraft. Hit that like button and click subscribe. Leave us a comment in the section below. I'll see you next time. This is Erosium, out.